So we're here to present the Green Game Pedagogical Kit, the project that Isabelle and I have joined forces to work together in the past few years, crossing our knowledges, our different networks to build this project, which is disruptive. It is low tech and it's a creative educational proposal to raise an awareness about the environment. So the idea is to use green games and to co-create green games with different communities all around the world. So Isabelle and I have had these experiences in many places of co-creating different spaces and technological and playful initiatives with different communities. So we would like to adopt animist and native people's perspectives within these Green Games pedagogical kits and use games that have been developed with responsibility, with less technology, more diversity, less competitive, and more collaborative.
So this Green Games pedagogical kit is developed for any kind of young audiences and educators. And at first, because it's a 10 years project, but at first we will start with 10 independent games because the main idea is to change the demand for different types of video games in the younger audiences. So with these 10 games, there will be also three types of workshops, activities in this kit. First, augmented walks. So the idea is to do like sound, images, recordings, but also 3D scans of trees, of stones, and then from these walks to see how we can integrate these elements inside machinima, movies made with green games as well, and mixing with the recordings we will do during the walks. And finally, the third activity will be like game design workshops in order to co-create these games, and but also to see how we can integrate all the elements we found during the walks inside game mechanics, game maps. So here are some examples of this, what we call green games, even if it's a bit like a big word to speak about games that are taking the point of view of natural elements, or which are like dealing with the environment or climate change issues. But what we want to do is to work with individuals like Daniela Fernandez or Laura Palevicino from Colombia, or the game artist Afrane Makov from Ghana, and also different other game studio from countries of the South. This project is inspired by some previous workshop we gave or we participated in. For example, this workshop was intended to kids, teenagers, and their parents. And during 1 week, we went in the river, in the mountains, and from this walk, we started to imagine games that were related to these walks. In somehow the same way, we were in Martinique last year, and during a workshop at the Caribbean Art School, we visited a big medicinal plant écolieu, Tivoli, in Fort-de-France. And from that experience and this experimentation and this physical experimentation, students were able to create machinimas or games inspired by or ancestral knowledge or natural elements. And the last thing that also influenced the way we imagine this kit is this experience we did in Senegal in 2022, doing a lot of 3D scans of baobabs, big trees, and then using them to create machinima like the machinima Infinity or the machinima Liquid Forest.
Yeah, what motivated us was the fact that kids are really dreaming in video games. That's what they dream about at night. And that's what they dream about throughout the day. They're at school, but they're thinking about the time they're going to get home to play video games. And the idea is to change their perspective, show them different kinds of video games, and co-create video games with different communities, co-create video games with First Natives and Quilombolas communities. We also intend to co-produce games with Sub-Saharan game studios, and we are in the process of developing and testing. So you're all super welcome to join on board with us in this experience. You want to say
Yes,
anything else?
but it's really a call to collaboration, co-work, and please welcome on board. And we are just at the start of this project, starting to experiment it in France and hopefully in Brazil soon. So then we want to spread it everywhere. Let's change the demand for video games.